This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Veltima Fungicide, the proven #1 for the toughest corn diseases with long-lasting residual. When you need to be confident your fungicide will perform. I'm Ty Higgins. Powered by soy biodiesel, I'm heading to the Crawford County Fair later today for the midday broadcast, courtesy of Nature's, premium liquid fertilizer since 1946. And our next monthly check-in at Farm Credit Mid-America coming up on Wednesday. Tune in as we discuss the latest Farm Credit Mid-America news and updates. Bringing certainty back to the farm. An uncommon July weather week, and incentivizing soil health efforts. This morning's news feed delivered by Ebert's Field Seeds, proven local seed performance for Ohio farmers. It's time to start planting Ebert's. Call 937-473-2521 or visit online at ebertsseeds.com. Soil health continues to be an important conversation in agriculture as farmers look for ways to improve their operations, protect their resources, and build long-term sustainability. Jessica D'Ambrosio is with the Nature Conservancy here in Ohio. She and I talk about the new Farmers for Soil Health program on the latest Ohio AgNet podcast.
Just this year, we have enrolled about just under 24,000 acres, which is about double of what we had in the 2025 crop year. So clearly, the word's getting out. People are interested, which is great to see. And we really appreciate our partners for helping spread the word. And we really appreciate other farmers out there talking about cover crops and talking about soil health more and helping their fellow farmers implement these practices. And we're really excited that those 24,000 acres are from a variety of counties across the state, more than 18 counties so far and counting. So that's really great that this program can reach many different farmers from many different areas of the state. We're just starting enrollment now. We're right in the middle of it. And a lot of those producers that are in the program this year are first timers to the program. So stay tuned. I think we're going to hear a lot more about successes here as we get into the cover crop season this fall.
I don't want to live in the area of challenges, but there are misconceptions out there about soil health and bringing on new practices. As you maybe get some pushback and try to get more farmers involved, what are those misconceptions that you hope to squash as you have that education aspect of Farmers for Soil Health out there?
That they can't do it. And we have more and more farmers stepping forward and trying it out and sharing their successes, sharing their failures even, and sharing how they manage the timing and the risks and the weather changes we have and the input costs. And a program like this, it offers a financial incentive. It offers a financial payment, which is hard to ignore. It's $35 an acre for up to 2,000 acres. It's a 1-year contract. So that's a really good dollar amount or incentive or timing to say, hey, I'm going to just dip my toe in the water and try it out, even if it's just for a year. For example, I just talked to a producer last week who wants to enroll in the program, and he's done cover crops before, but now he wants to try seeding them with a drone. He's never used a drone. And so he's going to use the incentive and use the program to help cover maybe those additional costs or that uncertainty that he might have by trying out this new technology. And as we saw early this spring, it got wet, it got cold at exactly the wrong time. So being able to get out into conditions with technology, with a drone, when maybe they aren't the best for machinery is huge for farmers. And so if a program like this can offer a little bit of a help, a little bit of a boost, then it really helps overcome some of those misconceptions or those challenges that farmers might have to wanting to try it or stick with it over time.
Our entire conversation is on the new Ohio AgNet podcast. I also visit with Ryan Matthews with Ohio Farm Bureau. He has an update about the Farm Bill, which is working its way through Washington for the first time since 2018.
Here in Farm Bureau and across agriculture, we are seeing this generational set of challenges that farmers are facing. And they've just been long awaiting farm policy that reflects our current reality and the economics and them operating on razor thin margins. So you talked about the 2018 Farm Bill. We saw a few extensions. Since then, we saw some relief in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, especially when it comes to crop insurance, trade investments, permanence of key tax provisions, but definitely still looking for that modernized 5-year Farm Bill. It is kind of a repeat of last year, right? We've seen it in one chamber, now we're waiting for the next. So about a month ago, we saw G.T. Thompson, the House Ag Committee, push forward a farm bill, one that Farm Bureau is very supportive of. It has a lot of different relief when it comes to to research. It has a fix for California Prop 12, and that was a bipartisan approval. Now we're waiting for the Senate to pass their version. Senator John Boozman just released his discussion draft a couple weeks ago, so now we're waiting for that markup. And it really set a good first step and a foundation for our members and for agriculture to kind of start to mold this new, comprehensive, modernized farm bill that we hope gets through here in the next few weeks or next few months.
Again, more of my conversation with Ryan Matthews with Ohio Farm Bureau and Jessica D'Ambrosio with the Nature Conservancy online at ohioagnet.com. There's also a video version you can find on Ohio AgNet TV on YouTube. Let's get a check of the forecast now, brought to you by Seed Genetics Direct, the #1 fastest growing and largest Ohio-based independent seed company. Here's Ryan Martin.
Your Monday looking pretty okay. I guess I'm not going to say decent because, look, it is humid, it is muggy out there, and we do have this smoke lingering, especially in northern parts of the state. However, we're also watching moisture try and come through the Great Lakes region later this afternoon and evening, taking aim at Ohio for your Tuesday. I think we can see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms in northwest Ohio shortly after midnight, right on through daybreak, and then the rest of the day that action slides farther south and southeast. I won't rule out strong thunderstorms. All in, all done. I think we're looking at a 1/4 to 1.5 inches of moisture with 80% coverage across Ohio. Getting into Wednesday, though, significantly better. Cooler, less humid for Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. As we warm up a little bit, we're still staying not too bad on humidity. We do start to warm up into the weekend, but still stay dry. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. Producing the highest quality soybeans ever. That's the topic of today's featured audio, coming up next as the Ohio AgNet continues.
The Ohio Soybean Council is investing in research and innovation to help Ohio soybean farmers get more from every acre. Your checkoff supports research focused on improving yields, reducing costs, and finding solutions to pests and diseases. Through Arable Research Lab, your checkoff is helping bring new soy-based products to market because innovation on and off the farm helps create more opportunities for your soybeans. Visit soyohio.org to see how your Ohio soybean checkoff is driving innovation.
What's better than getting the trusted farm news you count on from Ohio's Country Journal? Having a chance to win a brand new Arctic Ultra Tough cooler. The Ohio's Country Journal sweepstakes are back. Subscribe or renew your subscription today, and you'll be entered for a chance to win one of 2 45-quart Arctic Ultra Tough coolers. Just visit ocj.com/renew for official rules and to complete your subscription or renewal for your chance to win. Ohio's Country Journal, your source for Ohio farm news.
Welcome back to the Ohio AgNet. I'm Ty Higgins. What's it take for U.S. farmers to produce the highest quality soybeans in the world? There's definitely a lot of work behind it. Dusty Sonnenberg has that in today's featured audio.
Joining me today is Matt Begeman. He's Senior Director of Research and Development at Confluence Genetics. That's a company in St. Louis where they focus on soy quality trait germplasm. Matt, maybe tell me a little bit more. What did I miss in that?
So at the end of the day, we're a soybean high-quality genetics company, really focused on developing new soybean varieties with quality traits for both the human food market and the animal feed market. But underneath that, we're a technology developer. So we've developed AI breeding programs for soybeans, and we've worked on CRISPR technology for gene editing in soybeans. And so along the way, we discovered some technology that didn't work like traditional gene editing chemistry. When we were using it in the lab, we found that it actually started to kill bacteria in a very targeted, specific manner. So we started to work on it as an antimicrobial, and you can imagine all types of applications for a new antimicrobial: human health, animal health, plant defensive traits. And we grew it, thinking about it from a plant defensive traits perspective for crops. And then another application would be oncology. So if you've got a technology and it has the ability to recognize a target and destroy that cell in a target specific manner, you could use it as a precision chemotherapy. So today, it's terrible, but people still get cancer, and it's pretty awful. But with modern medicine, many times, when they take a biopsy, they sequence those cancer cells, and they know the very specific mutation that's occurred that causes that cancer. And so if we can develop a tool along with other partners that can recognize those cancer cells and destroy them, it's a very targeted chemotherapy, which could have really big applications for patients. The real goal here is to partner with other companies and license and do some kind of co-development deal. We're a soybean company. I sell soybeans and soybean meal, right? But if we can get this technology far enough along and overcome some of the hurdles with taking a new CRISPR technology and getting it to work in somebody else's hands, we increase the value of that technology, but then we also help that next user be more successful with the technology. So I've worked for over a decade in discovery research and getting it far enough along that you can go license and partner with somebody. And a big part of that is getting that tool to work really well. So when they get it in their hands in their lab, it works right away for them versus a couple of years of them troubleshooting. So we're doing internal work. We've got just a couple of people working on it. We've been working with universities around the United States, and they've made really rapid progress on the oncology space. So between Utah University and Jennifer Doudna, who's got a Nobel Prize, her lab at UC Berkeley, they've both got it up and running in multiple cancer cell lines, liver cancer, lung cancer, and they've got it far enough along that they actually have built mouse models and demonstrated that this new Cas-Clear technology can work in a mouse model for both liver and lung cancer, which is just fantastic. And that's really great that we got two separate independent labs that both have the technology working. They've recently published those results in the past couple of months, and there's a lot of excitement around other ways that people could use this technology.
That's truly fascinating and sounds like could be life-changing work. Let's back up a little bit and how this technology could apply to soybeans in agriculture.
So in soybeans, we have a more traditional gene editing chemistry, which is a completely separate chemistry.
Okay.
And we do gene editing in soybeans for quality traits. So when we think about quality traits in soybeans, there's a couple of different areas. One for us is protein. The protein content in U.S. soy has gone down since about the year 2000. We have a whole breeding program and focus around how do we solve for that. And we also look at anti-nutritionals. Soybeans naturally have compounds like trypsin inhibitors and oligosaccharides that require extra processing, or honestly, they just make it into animal feed and make that soybean meal less effective in the animal. So we do some gene editing in terms of early product development in soybeans. And then with this new Cas-Clear technology, we're working on developing it into a defensive trait. If we can kill a bacteria in the lab, that's fantastic. Can we kill bacteria on a plant? Can we kill a fungus? Could we kill a nematode? Those are the types of things that we're working on from a defensive perspective.
Again, my guest today has been Matt Begeman. He's Senior Director of Research and Development at Confluence Genetics, a leader in soy quality trait germplasm with some neat technology being developed in the ag industry that also has implications to human health. Reporting for the Ohio AgNet, I'm Dusty Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Dusty. A rundown of the markets and analysis next here on the Ohio AgNet.
Looking for heavy equipment but don't know where to buy? Purple Wave Auction has you covered. Always online and always no reserve. It's your destination for construction or ag equipment ready to work. We even sell semis, trailers, and fleet equipment for your operation. Best part? It's free to join. Head to purplewave.com. That's purplewave.com. Sign up for a free account and start bidding today. Purple Wave Auction, the easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment.
Welcome back to the Ohio AgNet. I'm Ty Higgins. This morning's market analysis is brought to you by Louis Dreyfus Company, excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky. Learn more about marketing your soybeans with LDC at 574-566-2113. Here's Ryan Martin.
Grain markets finished the week last Friday on a stronger note. Corn, beans, and wheat all up. Corn up 3 to 4, beans up 8 to 9, and the wheat market's up 8 to 9 in Chicago, but 14 to 16 in Kansas City. One of the main stories from last Friday was the fact that the wheat was posting its best week since all the way back in 2022. Why? Well, Russian attacks continue to intensify on the port of Odessa in Ukraine. But remember, Russia and Ukraine trading volleys such that the industry said this past week that the July exports out of Russia may be less than 2 million metric tons on wheat. And Ukraine definitely in trouble. And the August exports will be down as well. That really bumped up the wheat market. Corn and soybeans had no reason to not follow. More war premium going in out of the Middle East as well. Energy markets up. That should help corn and soybeans. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. In the overnight trade, September corn up by 3.5 at $4.4825. December $4.71.5 up by 4 cents. Soybeans for August 7 3/4 to the plus side at $12.1225. New crop November $12.10.5 up by 7 1/2. September wheat up 2.5 at $6.8525. December wheat $7.02 a bushel up by 2 1/4. After Friday's trade on the livestock side, August live cattle down 265 at 224.42. The October 220.70 down 257. Feeder cattle for September $1 lower, closing out the week at 339.35 Friday, and lean hogs for August 101.65 up $1.37. For the Ohio AgNet, I'm Ty Higgins. We'll see you down the road.